Surah AL Anbiya, Surah number 21.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the ever merciful. For people, their time of accountability has drawn near.
And being negligent, they continue to show evasion. Whatever fresh reminder comes to them from their Lord,
they listen to it while being engaged in amusement.
Their hearts are heedless. And those unjust silently whisper to another, "What exactly is this person? He is only a mortal like you. Then are you mesmerized by his magic, with your open eyes?" At this, the messenger said, "What do they whisper to one another?"
My Lord knows every word that is uttered in the heavens and the earth. And he hears and knows all.
They do not merely call it magic.
In fact, they have also said, "These are wayward dreams." In fact, also said, "He has fabricated this Quran from himself."
In fact, this also. He is a mere poet.
So, if he is really a messenger,
then let him bring a sign to us.
The way earlier messengers had been sent with signs.
Whichever settlements we have destroyed,
none before them professed faith after seeing such a sign.
So, will they profess faith? They say, "He is a human being like us." Before you also, whichever messenger we sent,
we have sent from among human beings to whom we would send revelations.
So, ask the people of the reminder. If you people do not know,
we did not make such bodies of those messengers,
that they would not consume food.
And they were also not ones who would live forever in the world.
Then see that we fulfilled our promise with them, and saved them, and with them those we wanted.
And we destroyed those who exceeded the limits.
O people,
we have revealed a book to you also, which has your share of reminder.
Then do you not understand?
How many cities we decimated, which were being unjust to themselves,
and after them raised other people.
Then, when they heard the sound of our torment,
they immediately began running away from there. We said, "Do not run away now,
and return to your resources you were rejoicing in, and to your very houses, which were your places of enjoyment,
so that you may be questioned."
They raised a hue and cry,
"Alas! Our misfortune!
Indeed, it is we who were unjust." So, they kept raising this hue and cry, until we mowed them down as if they are ashes. We have not created the heavens and the earth, and what is between them, for amusement.
If we wanted amusement,
we would have arranged for it, around ourselves, if this was our intention.
Certainly not.
In fact, a day will come, that we shall strike falsehood with the truth, and it shall break its head. Then you will see it annihilated at that very time.
In reality, there is great devastation for you, because of the words you say. To him belong what is in the heavens and the earth, and those who are in his presence, who you worship as his offspring. They do not desist from worshipping him,
nor do they get tired. They keep extolling him day and night, never ceasing.
Have they set up separate deities for the earth, which bring it to life? Had there been other deities as well in the heavens and the earth, besides God,
both would have been devastated. So, God, Master of the throne, is exalted from all what they say. Whatever he does, he is not answerable to anyone for it.
And all these are answerable. Have they set up other deities besides God? Tell them, "Bring forth your proof." Here is the reminder of those who are with me,
and the reminder of those also who were before me.
No, none of them has any proof. In fact, most of them do not know the truth. For this reason, they are showing aversion. Whichever messengers we have sent before you, we only kept sending them this revelation. There is no deity except I. So, worship me only. They say,
"The merciful God has children.
He is exalted from this blame."
Angels, who these foolish regard to be daughters of God, are not his children. In fact, they are favored servants. They never take the initiative in speaking to him and obey his directive. Whatever is in front of them and behind them is all known to him.
They do not intercede for anyone,
except for whom God pleases, and keep trembling with his awe.
Whoever of them dare say, "I am a deity besides God,"
we shall punish him with hell. Thus do we punish the unjust.
They ask for signs. Have these disbelievers not many a time seen
that the heavens and the earth both are closed?
Then we opened them,
and we have created every living being with water of the heavens only.
Will even then they shall not accept faith?
And we have planted mountains in the earth,
so that it may not tilt away with them. And in these mountains made passes as paths, so that people may find the way for themselves. And we have made the heavens a secure roof.
And such are these people, that they have turned away from its signs.
In reality, it is He who made the night and the day,
and has created the sun and the moon.
Each of them is moving in its path. They do not believe in you, because you will also die one day. Before you too, O Prophet, we never gave any mortal eternal life. So, if you die, will they remain forever? In reality, each soul has to taste death.
And they should not show pride on their status.
We are trying you people through good and bad circumstances as a test. And one day, you shall be returned to us alone. When these disbelievers look at you, they only make fun of you. They say, "So, is this the one who degrades your deities?"
And as for themselves, they even reject the merciful God's mention. They want to hasten the torment.
In reality, impatience is the substance man is made of.
I shall soon show you my signs.
So, do not show haste to me. And they say, "When will this promise be fulfilled if you are truthful?" Would that these disbelievers were aware of the time
when they would not be able to shield their faces from the fire of hell,
nor from their backs. And neither will they be helped from anywhere.
This calamity will not come with a warning beforehand. In fact, it will suddenly descend on them and strike awe in them.
Then, neither will they be able to drive it away,
nor will they be given respite. Before you also, O Prophet, messengers have been mocked.
Then those of them who mocked them
were surrounded by that which they had been mocking.
Ask them, if the same thing surrounds you, then who can protect you from the merciful God by the night and the day? No one.
In fact, these people have turned away from the reminder of their Lord.
Do these people have some other deities besides us? Who will save them? Certainly not. Neither will they be able to help themselves, nor can anyone support them against us. In fact, the real thing is
that we provided means and resources of the world to them and to their forefathers, until a long period passed over them in this situation.
Yet, are they not seeing that we are moving towards this land by diminishing its borders? Then will they alone remain dominant? Tell them, I am only warning you through revelation. But they are deaf. And the deaf do not listen to a call, O Prophet, when they are warned. At this time, they are making demands, while their own situation is that it is a fact that if even any flare of your Lord's torment touches them, they will call out, "Alas! Our misfortune! Indeed, we were the unjust." Tell them, on the day of judgment, we shall place the balance of justice. Then not the slightest injustice shall any soul suffer. And if a person has a deed of the size of even a mustard seed, we shall bring it forth. And we are sufficient to take account of people. We had given the firkin to Moses and to Aaron, and a light and a reminder for the God-fearing, who fear their Lord without seeing him, and are afraid of the hereafter. Similarly, this Quran is also a blessed reminder that we have revealed. Then will you people only remain its rejectors? Before this,
We also gave Abraham his share of guidance, that was befitting for him.
And we knew him very well. When he said to his father, and to the people of his nation, "What are these idols you are so devoted to?" They replied,
"We have found our forefathers worshipping them."
He said,
"In reality, you and your forefathers both have remained in evident error."
They asked, "Have you brought to us something well thought of? Or are you just jesting?" He said,
"No, in fact, it is your Lord. Who is the Lord of the heavens and the earth?
Who has created them?
And I bear witness to it before you." Then he said in his heart,
"By God, when you turn and go away,
I shall certainly play a trick with your idols."
Thus, when they went away,
Abraham smashed them all to pieces, except for their one big one, so that they turned to it only. When they came and saw this state of their idols,
they said, "Who has done this with our idols?
Surely, he is very oppressive."
People said, "We had heard a youngster called Abraham say something bad to them." They said,
"Then bring him before everyone, so that they too see."
Thus Abraham was brought forth. So, they asked, "Abraham, did you do this to our idols?" Abraham replied,
"In fact, this chief of theirs must have done it."
So, ask them if they can speak.
At this, they became a little attentive towards their inner selves,
and said to one another, "In reality, it is you who are the oppressors."
But then, they dropped their heads and said,
"You do know that they cannot speak." Abraham said,
"Then do you worship those instead of God,
who can neither benefit nor harm you? Shame on you.
And on those you worship instead of God.
Then do you not understand?" At this, they said, "If you intend to do something,
then burn him in the fire and help your deities."
Thus Abraham was cast into the fire. Thereupon, we commanded, "O fire, cool down for Abraham and become safe." They had wanted to contrive a plot to get rid of Abraham, but we badly foiled it.
And we saved him and his nephew Lot, taking them to a land in which we had placed blessings for people. And as a reward for his sacrifices,
we gave him Isaac, and in addition, Jacob also.
And we made each of them righteous.
And we bestowed leadership on them, so that they guided people of the world according to our direction,
and sent them the directive of doing pious deeds, being diligent in the prayer and paying the zakah. And they were the ones who worshipped us.
We had also granted Lot power and knowledge, and similarly had delivered him too from that settlement, whose people were involved in abominable acts.
In reality, they were a very wicked and dreadful people. And both in this world and the next, we admitted him into our special mercy. Undoubtedly, he was among the righteous.
We had dealt in the same way with Noah. Recall when, before all these people, he pleaded. So, we accepted his prayer,
and delivered him and his people from a grave calamity.
And to help him,
took revenge from the people who had denied our revelations.
Surely, they were a very wicked people. So, we drowned all of them.
And we blessed David and Solomon with our favor as well. Recall when they were passing a judgment on the dispute of the cultivated land, when the goats of some people had barged into it at night, and we ourselves were observing this judgment of theirs.
So, we guided Solomon about the dispute,
and we had blessed both with power and knowledge. And we had made the mountains and the birds sing together with David.
They would glorify God with him. And it is we who are the ones who did this for them.
And we had taught him the skill of a military attire for you,
so that it may protect you in your battles.
After receiving all these favors, he would express gratitude to his Lord.
Then will you also become grateful in this way?
And we had made strong winds subservient to Solomon,
which would blow at his directive to a land in which we had placed blessings. And we were knowledgeable about everything. And we had also made subservient to him, from among the devils, who would dive down into the seas for him, and would do other errands as well. And we alone were holding them. And we had looked upon Job also with favor, when he called out to his Lord, I am in distress. And you are the most merciful among all the merciful. When he called out, we heard his call, and delivered him of the hardship he was suffering, and restored to him his family too. In fact, as many more with them also, from our special grace. And so that this is a reminder for those who worship God. And this same favor was bestowed upon Ishmael, Idris, and Dhul-Kifl also. All of these were among the steadfast. We admitted them into our mercy. Undoubtedly, they were among our pious people. And upon Jonah, the companion of the fish also, when he left his people in anger. And he thought that we shall not question him. But then he cried out in the layers of darkness, Lord, there is no deity except you. Exalted are you. Indeed, I am at fault. Thereupon, we answered his prayer, and relieved him of sorrow. Thus do we deliver the believers. And upon Zacharias also, when he called out to his Lord, My Lord, do not leave me alone. And you are the best of all heirs. Then we answered this prayer of his, and blessed him with John, and made his wife favorable for him. Undoubtedly, these people would take the initiative in righteous deeds, and would call us in every state of hope and despair, and were submissive to us. And on that woman also, who had kept herself chaste. So, we blew into her our spirit, and made her, and her son Jesus, a sign for the people of the world. Thus it is a fact that this community of yours is one community, and I only am your Lord. So, worship me alone. But such are these people, that they have torn their religion into pieces, between themselves. Do not care about them. All of them shall return to us. Then he, who does righteous deeds, and also has faith, his effort will not go waste. We are writing it for him. Now there is no need to go after these disbelievers, O prophet. Because for whichever settlement, we have destined destruction according to our law. It is forbidden for them to turn to the truth, because they shall never turn to it, until that time arrives when Gog and Magog are let loose, and they launch an onslaught from every high place, and the true promise of the day of judgment draws near. Then all of a sudden, these disbelievers stare in astonishment and cry out, Woe be to us! We remained indifferent to it. In fact, we were unjust. You, and your deities, that you have been worshipping instead of God, are now the firewood of hell. Whether you plead or implore, you shall certainly enter it. Had they really been deities, they would never have entered it. These worshippers, and the worshipped all, shall remain in it forever. Now the worshippers are to cry out in it. And such will be those who you worshipped, that they will hear nothing in it. However, those who have been promised a good fate by us, shall be kept away from it. They shall not even listen to its sound, and shall forever remain in a bliss they desire. That great commotion shall not make them the slightest sorrowful. And the angels of God will heartily welcome them, and will say, This is that day of yours, which you would be promised of. That day, when we shall roll up the sky, the way pages are rolled up in a scroll. The way we began the first creation, in the same way, we shall do it again. This is a definite promise that we are responsible for. We are certain to do it. We had written in the Psalms after the reminder that on that day, the earth that will come into existence shall be inherited by my righteous servants. In it is great awareness for those who worship us. They demand the torment from you. And we, O prophet, have only sent you as a mercy for mankind. Tell them, this only is revealed to me. Your God is one God. So, do you submit yourselves to him? Then if they turn away, say, I have warned all of you equally. I do not know whether that time you are being promised is near or far off. Now the matter rests with God. Indeed, He alone knows the words you utter openly, and those also that you conceal. And I do not know whether perhaps this time is a trial for you, and a respite to gain benefit until a specific time. The prophet prayed, "My Lord, judge with fairness," and said, "Our Lord is surely the most merciful, from whom we seek help against what you say."